What's going on, guys? Welcome to another YouTube video, and today we're going to be going through some stuff you can do to help customize your Windows desktop, and it just makes it more personable and just makes it look cooler in my opinion. So the first one and the biggest one that I see no one really uses that I know is just simply going to your Windows personalization. If you right click and go to personalize, you can change absolutely everything about the windows and all the folders and all that stuff. So background, obviously, yeah, that's just your Windows background, whatever. Colors, though, is where you're going to get more into it. So colors here, you can have different accent colors, different window colors, and actually down here you can either turn on dark or light mode depending if you want the entire folder itself to be dark. I'm going to keep it on light right now to show off some colors, but then obviously you can go in here, you can change the colors of the text you have, you can change the accent colors. You can have it just adjust to whatever the picture is on your background. So if your background is currently blue, then the accent colors will be blue and it'll match all that stuff. And so this can really give you more of a personal touch to your windows. And there's some other stuff in here too you can check out. Obviously, fonts you can change up, and themes that they have preset for you can make. You can also save your own themes once you create them, so that way if you want to go back to them, you're good there. Change your cursor, obviously all that stuff. Go through all the settings, guys, but I notice a lot of people don't ever customize their windows like this, so that is going to be my #1 thing to do first in customizing your windows. So the second thing I would say is one thing I like to do is keeping my desktop clutter-free. So I actually don't like having icons on my desktop. I think it looks very messy and unorganized basically at all times. I only usually keep the recycle bin and maybe a few folders I'm currently working on the desktop. Otherwise, everything I have goes either into a dock, which I'm going to show you some docks you can download. Some are free, some are pretty cheap. And then, or just go in my my tabs. So right down here on my taskbar, I just have a bunch of different shortcuts that are actually on the taskbar. And all you need to do is, if you have that, is finding the thing. So here's Adobe Photoshop, which I already have pinned down here. But you right click it and you can click more and say pin to taskbar. And what I'll do is basically put it down here. And if you have the icon on your desktop, you can also drag the icon and just drag it to the taskbar here. And then that way it'll be stuck down here forever. So if I want to open, let's say, I'm not going to open Photoshop. But if I want to open like this clipping tool, which I like using, open on my other monitor over here, but this is what pops up. And so the snipping tool for Windows. So I always have it down there. Then I can close it, and if I ever need it, it's right down there. And you have a very large area here to work with, to where you can have basically any icon you would have had cluttering your desktop now down in this toolbar, which it'll always be available for you even if you have a window open. So even if I have a program open, I can still access all these. I don't have to minimize it to go to my desktop to find it, which I just find so much easier. And then another thing you guys can do is actually download a dock. So a dock is actually pretty similar to basically just adding a taskbar. And so one that I use is called Object Dock. You can get a 30-day free trial with any kind of email you use. So obviously every 30 days you can just create a new email, but it's only $5, one-time purchase, and it's super easy and it's super convenient. So as you see here, when I opened it, 3 things popped up, and all these are configurable. So I have 3 different docks set up in this single program. So if you right click it and go to settings here, and I'll have links for all this stuff in the description, guys, if you ever wonder. So here's the settings. So here are my docks. So I have 3 different docks. I have my quick launch dock up here. So this, I actually didn't fill out much in here. I don't use this one normally. But you can have documents, programs, just quick stuff you want to launch up there, and it'll stay up there. I have a tab dock down here, and then I have another tab dock over here. So the tab dock down here is the one you're seeing right here. And so all this stuff, by the way, is all configurable. So the effect here says grow effect. That means when I go on it, it zooms in like this. That can be changed to other things. They have a ton of different settings, so you'll have to go through all that stuff. But basically what this does is allows you to add more bars to where you can have shortcuts. And you can go to the settings here and you can configure exactly where they are, what color they are, what size they are, whether it's on like the left here, the top here, the bottom here. So there's a bunch of stuff you can look into that, but it can also help you create just basically more organization. So even if you have, let's say you did have some files in your desktop, but you didn't want them there and they were like pictures, you can just create a new dock called pictures and have a big dock here that like zooms in and out of different pictures. And then right here on the actual settings tab, you can just hide stuff. So if I want to hide that dock, I can just click hide. And if I want it again, I can restore it. So it's pretty easy to go through that. And then the settings themselves, actually, you can even hide the Windows taskbar itself, so then it looks really clean. And this is actually something I've been debating on doing myself, is just removing my Windows taskbar and only using the object dock, because it just looks so much more clean and open, similar to how the Mac software works, to where you don't see any of that clutter. It's just a nice bar with some cool effects there. The next thing I'm going to do is wallpapers, and not just changing your wallpaper, but there's actually a program out there called Wallpaper Engine. You can just click down here and right click the Wallpaper Engine icon and go to change wallpaper, and this will bring you to basically the main screen of what you can do. So this is I have multiple monitors, so this also can work with that. So each monitor you can have a different wallpaper on. So I'm just going to do it on the main one here because this is the one I'm recording, so I can actually show you guys. So I'm going to click change wallpaper, and now here are some that I have already pre-saved that I just thought were cool. So one of them, dynamic gear, I'm just going to click that one. And so here you can kind of see the main picture of it. Some of them do have sound. I usually turn off the sound just because I don't know why anyone would want sound on a wallpaper. But anyways, we're just going to click OK, and there's my new desktop wallpaper. So you can see they have like these cool looking things that like move and change and can really set your desktop and your computer apart from a lot of other people. Alright, lastly guys, the only other thing that I have to recommend is if you want to, you can actually change, and this is assuming you kept your Windows taskbar, you can actually change the location of this if you did not know that. So all you have to do is right click the bar and go to the taskbar settings. Now in the settings, you can scroll down here to taskbar location on the screen, and you can put it on the left, you can put it on the top there, you can put it on the right, or you can put it on the bottom. So it's all depending on you. Mostly it's on the bottom, but I do find in some cases putting on the left is actually kind of useful, just because it feels like this area just becomes so much more open, and then you can have this as your little area where you have all your tasks. But it all depends on your personal preference, and it's something else just to make you a little more unique when you are work on your computer. And also if you have multiple monitors like I do, they actually have settings in Windows now that can do this stuff for you. So you can have the taskbar itself showing all the displays, and I have it set to where it opens on the display, but on the other displays, not my main one, I have it so it only shows the icons that are open on that monitor. So all my icons are here at the bottom, but this is not how it looks on the other monitors. On the other monitors, it's only the icons I have open that are shown there. So like if I only have Chrome on one monitor, that'll be the only thing in the bottom. So it makes it really easy to see where all your tabs are and what all your programs are on. And so I think it just helps organize it a lot better. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any other tips or tricks you want to share in the comments, go for it. I just thought this would help a lot of people if they're looking to customize their windows or just make it more personal, and just their own experience in all. And so it's pretty cheap. As I said, there's only $9, $10 worth of programs I even shown here, and from those you can really get a new experience. And if you like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up, and for other videos, short tutorials, and teachings, please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one.